recognize me without my hat on, I know it. Is it out? I believe officially it comes out tomorrow, although it might be out for some regions today. You're back. Welcome back. Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining for Call of Cthulhu. The command for today is !call. Call of Cthulhu, the official video game, is a role-playing survival horror game developed by Cyanide and published by Focus Home Interactive for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Thank you very much for the code to play this game. This is a sponsored stream. The game features a semi-open world, investigation and stealth environment, and incorporates themes of Lovecraftian and psychological horror. Inspired by H.P. Lovecraft's short story, The Call of Cthulhu, it is also an adaptation of the 1981 RPG of the same title. At this point, you can save 10% if you want to get it on Steam, I believe. There's the link if you're interested in checking it out. I believe it's something like 40 bucks right now. Alright. Let's get started and check out this game. We are gonna enter the madness. Loading profile, please wait. Let's look at settings. Graphic. Brightness. Game. Subtitles. On. Detection. On. Crosshair? I guess we'll put that on. Are you sure you're without applying? Cancel. Apply. Yes. Sound. Does everything, well, does it, I guess we'll have to wait till we're in-game to adjust sound. Cheers, Kodo! And that's it. GG, everybody. Thank you so much for joining the stream, hanging out with us. That was, amazing. Maggie, just kidding. Okay, let's play the game. You guys are gonna have to get used to my good jokes. Chapter 1. Pierce Investigations Agency, Boston. Boston, 1924. Edward Pierce, veteran of the First World War, drowns his memories in liquor and sleeping pills. He is now a private detective who has trouble finding a case able to lift him from his torpor. Pierce must find a new case quickly or risk losing his license. GG. Yeah, that probably would be. That's a really good first PB time. Enter the madness. If I am mad, it is mercy. May the gods pity the man who in his callousness can remain sane to the hideous end. Love. H.P. Lovecraft. Is it too loud? Call it Cthulhu? His name's not Cthulhu. Did I die already? Oh. Jeez. Game saved. Yes. We did it. Do you want me, let me know if... Well, maybe I should remove that crosshair. Maybe we don't need it. To move. Press L. Crosshair. Let's turn that off. The little dot. Sharknado! Thanks, Cemetery. Here we go. We're moving. Is the game too loud? Too quiet? Anything? Well, straight off the bat, we got your Cthulhu guts on the ground. We got your Cthulhu parts hanging up over here. We got your Cthulhu blood. A little loud. Can't tell for sure yet. It's a little loud. No problem. Let's turn it down. It's actually a little loud for me too. Globally. We can turn it down globally. Remove crosshair, just sharp a little dot. I already took it off. No, if it's... I don't mind changing it until it's perfect. We are here to give you the perfect listening experience. Good evening, Yog. Welcome to the stream. We didn't expect such a presence today. How generous. What a generous presence we're among. GG Ghost. You watched an H.P. Lovecraft movie or the people in the sea town were fish people. But you don't know the name. It was good though. Nice, slick. We gotta crouch for some reason. It was an old movie. Maybe it was Bloodborne. Was it Bloodborne? It was Dagon, yeah. It seems like Bloodborne DLC, one of the DLCs is kind of based on Dagon quite a bit, actually. We read some H.P. Lovecraft, I guess, interactive books for one of my birthdays. I think it was a couple years ago. On stream, that was a lot of fun. I should try to find that. I bet Goonie would be interested to see that. Goonie's probably off, eagerly awaiting his own game of Call of Cthulhu. You must light up some items in order to interact with them. Alrighty. I'm gonna light this place up. And let's see. Yeah, the ambience is pretty good. First puzzle, first order of business. I would think picking up would be X. Okay, maybe we can go past this. Very clever. It has to be lit up to pick up the bolt cutter. We got our lantern, we got our bolt cutter. We are ready. Ugh, smoke scared me. No, I'm not jumpy or anything. I'm not easily startled. I'm not afraid of my own shadow. Oh. Controller is moving. The controller feels that monster. Okay. This looks pretty good. Looks like we can go ahead and get in here. Just kidding. We haven't figured out how to jump yet. Emote at the ready. That was during... That clip was... Oh, Jason did it again. I know he's done that a couple times, yeah. What if the controller is the monster? I'm pretty sure we gotta get in this boat. But... Okay, do you think I should try to fall into the water? Do you think we can die? Can't go into the water. I really tried. Guys, I'm really sorry. Couldn't kill my character for your entertainment. Is the volume still okay? The flex one. Oh my god, that's old. That's an old one. That's a good one. Oldie but goodie. Okay, maybe since we have the light, we can do something new over here. I tried, Hope. I tried. Oh yeah. Duh. Picked up those cutters. Duh. Alright, let's go unlock the other door as well, I guess. Yes, you're right, Wispy. Of course, I immediately forgot we picked these up. Okay. There we go. Moving forward. We have solved the impossible Move forward puzzle.
Inescapably draws you on.
Okay. Okay then. Really obvious stuff is okay. I should have known to use a box cutter. It's okay to tell me super obvious stuff. Because usually, the reason I'm messing it up is because I'm distracted. So it's okay to point out things I'm, you know, just being derping out on. But yeah, if it's like a puzzle or something, I like to try to solve that. I find that to be pretty fun to try to solve.
What a putrid offering.
Too putrid. The Cthulhu is not pleased. Oh no. This looks terrible.
Don't fight. You have been chosen.
We are chosen. We were running. Wait, does it matter which door? It didn't, right? Let's make sure. Looks really interesting. Yeah, just in time for Halloween. I've been really into the Halloween spirit. Having fun. Checking out scary games and stuff. Okay, so it's like the same. Alrighty. Spooky games have been fun. Nice change of pace too. It's nice not having to work on like RPG stuff. Welcome back, Shizuki.
Everything has already been written.
Uh-oh. Nobody has any eyes.
Perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
Wow, this is interesting. It was all just a dream.
I hate whiskey.
Or say it was a whiskey dream, oh god. Consult the diary. I'm playing this on PlayStation 4 Pro today, but I believe it's available on PC. Pierce Investigations Agency. My private detective agency contracted to the Wentworth Detective Agency. After the Great War, I decided to set up in Boston, where there's no lack of work for guys like me. One small-time case follows the other. Adultery, settled scores, disappearances that are not actually disappearances. The old office couch is less comfortable than a real bed, and I should probably get rid of these empty bottles, but this place is mine. For the moment. Inhabitants, places, the occult, dark water, Pierce. Ooh. What? Spot hidden, amateur, 2 CP needed. Okay, we've got leveling up and points to spend. Eloquence, professional medicine. Medicine and occult skills improved by objects discovered in the environment. Psychology represents your knowledge of human behavior, increases chances of understanding the motivations of a person based on their behavior or the analysis of objects. Spot hidden represents your ability to find hidden objects. Undiscovered object will not appear in game. Eloquence, your ability to influence those who you talk to by your power of speech. Improving this skill increases your chances of convincing or manipulating during discussions. Investigation increases your chances of understanding past events by analyzing a crime scene or an object and picking locks. Physical power increases your chances of forcing doors or mechanisms or of using violence, physical or verbal, during interactive discussions. Medical knowledge Increases your chances of determining the dosage of a drug, making a diagnosis, or of expressing your understanding of a medical problem. And occultism. Your knowledge of the occult sciences increases your chances of determining the use and origin of occult artifacts and of expressing your knowledge of the myth. That needs 4 CP, 2, 6, 4, 2, 4, 6. Maybe we'll want that one. Kind of seems like that's the whole point of the game, right? We don't have any right now that we could spend. The case. The doctor can well repeat to me that I no longer need my remedy to keep my memories at bay, but I know that if I stop, the memories will return. One of these mornings, I probably won't wake up. Despite the treatment, I again hear voices in my dreams, but they are different, unknown. They seem to surface from unfathomable and ancient depths. What nameless creature is calling me? Hi, Goonie. Welcome. When does your game unlock? Soon? Or has it unlocked already? My old lighter, that I engraved in memory of the 77th Infantry Division and the men of the Lost Battalion who fell. Inspect. Rotate. Okay, we can only turn it on this plane. Back. Clues. Chapter 1. Inventory clues. Darkwater. Pierce. What did we not look at? It's got an exclamation. Okay, ready? Let's explore.
I wonder why I still take these things.
They said the sleeping pills will put an end to the nightmares. It's been wearing off. Our nightmares are coming back. And half an hour. Okay, nice. Yeah, no worries.
Been too long since I've slept in a bed. I used to be an avid reader. The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases. Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
He kept on calling me weeks after the investigation was closed.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy.
The bar owner who hired me didn't like the way I closed the case. But when you're already outside the law, there's not a lot one can do against a private detective who's got good proof against you.
I should get rid of all this stuff.
Yeah, get rid of all this old junk. Clean up around here. No whiskey for you. Music on or off? Your game will remember this.
Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Have a drink or don't drink, guys. Drink or don't have a drink. I think we should probably have a drink. Maybe he'll hallucinate. I bet there will be, Goonie. Uh-oh. Oh no! We done it! Well, let's answer that annoying phone.
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
I'll probably play this till 7, Coin Kid. Yeah. I'd love to play Red Dead Redemption again, because I'm like addicted, but we got other games to play. Is it telling me to do this now? I guess I want to do occultism. Oh, 7 CP available. 3 needed before next level. 2. Okay, and now we have 4. I don't know what we should do. 6 needed. Oh, it's already 3? What? 3 out of 5. 4 needed before next level. Knowledge of human behavior. I don't know. Okay, so I guess this could make it so that you try new things on another playthrough. Hi, Busty. Pretty good. I just started it not too long ago. Pretty good so far. Yeah, we're like 15 minutes in. He looks like a vampire character. Oh yeah. Alright, let's do investigation, I get. Wait, that's not enough, huh? I need 6 and I only have 4. Okay, let's do... Or, I wonder if we can save the points? It might not let me save it. Options. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna let me save it. Okay, then we have to spend them all. I guess we could put 4 here, and when we get 2, add 2 to it. I guess.
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce.
Busty
Our files will be up to
kids!
date.
Oh
And
my gosh,
on a
raise your
related
glasses,
matter,
raise your
may I raise a sensitive
guns!
question?
What's wrong?
Cheers for that
As you
sub.
know,
Thank
we
you
wish
so
to
much,
closely
Busty.
monitor the progress of our contractors.
Thank you so much.
And it would
Welcome to
seem
the
You've been
rebellion.
accepting fewer new cases.
So for our
Work is scarce.
sub goal giveaway.
You know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
Oh,
But are
she's
those
talking.
cases worth it?
We need to listen.
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
Oops. I'm sorry. I
I'm
missed
coming.
a lot of what she said. Because I didn't realize she was still talking when we were doing the level up tutorial. We're now 139
Sir, I came
sub
here on the
points out of
advice of a
145
person
away from
whom
the
I
goal.
hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
Anything but a drunkard's lair? I don't know.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl. She is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie.
Uh-oh.
She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting.
Cool. Yay.
Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
I actually like people's art who get inspired by like Lovecraft.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me,
Lovecraft stuff.
tell me if this is the work of madness.
Oh
Or
no,
if,
we
on
didn't
the
level up our
contrary, you manage to
psychology.
detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want
I did
from
level
me?
up investigation.
Yes.
Almost.
Please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got?
I like the voice
painting?
acting
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
and the art. Nice. Despite the treatment, I again hear voices in my dreams, but they are different, unknown. They seem to surface from unfathomable and ancient depths. What nameless creature is calling me? A strange picture painted by Sarah Hawkins a short while before her tragic death was sent to her father just after the artist died. He's convinced she's the sender. He brought me the painting so I could examine it. Stephen Webster, the wealthy industrialist, came to my office. He wants me to reopen the Sarah Hawkins case, named after his daughter, who died in a fire alongside her entire family. I must examine the documents he compiled in order to know more about the case. Alright, so now we got to examine the painting. Yeah, the atmosphere's good. Oh, hi, Omi. Yeah. Oh, thanks. I forgot to put exclamation in the title. There we go, now it's fixed. Thanks, Busty. Alright, examine the painting.
What's this symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
She breathed a message into it, guys. No, it is inspired by the story, Call of Cthulhu, and it's inspired by the RPG board game of the same name. Apparently. What does it say? It's an adaptation. Inspired by the story, and it's also an adaptation of the board game. Goonie, are you gonna scream out of excitement now? Oh no, just gotcha. Oh, okay. Not that exciting, I see. Okay. I thought you were gonna be more excited about that, honestly. Examine the Hawkins file. Examine the painting. Examine the file.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family.
Shipping label.
Rather thin.
Police report. Warehouse 36, Darkwater. Fire started in the dining room and claimed the whole family. The police decided on a domestic accident, but they nevertheless insist on Sarah Hawkins' mental frailty. Why? A press cutting. An article written about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, a businessman from the island of Darkwater. They lived a recluse life. There with their only son, Simon. Some sketches of the Hawkins family, rather thin.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Oh, okay. It's kind of loose. Good night, ghost. See you later. You shouldn't take this painting lightly. I read about her mental fragility in the police report. Something's not right with the story. Find out about Warehouse 36. Where does Sarah Hawkins live? Okay, so we unlocked this. So let's do the unlocked answer.
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
The painting is linked to the case. I like how what he just said kind of stays there. Alright.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
The vampire people made Life is Strange. Isn't that funny that those are so different? Did the bounty go there? Yeah, come on, kid. We did a good job. Yep. You worked on the car 8 hours today? Oh, man.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
Darkwater. Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
His daughter is Sarah Hawkins, right?
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Okay, so this one didn't turn green.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that
Jeez,
warehouse.
Cooney.
Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right. I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice.
Leave for Darkwater. Navigate objectives. It's not letting me. Oh, nightmares. He's one of the few survivors of the Lost Battalion. Forced to hold their position for several days, surrounded by the bodies of their fallen comrades without food or medical supplies. The soldiers were considered as lost by their fellow countrymen. Pierce is traumatized by these events. He consumes sleeping pills and liquor to ward off the nightmares that haunt him. Okay, each character. Stephen Webster. Charles Hawkins. Wealthy businessman. Look at that. Yeah, his daughter is Sarah. He just wants proof that his daughter was not mad. Ship owner. Charles Hawkins, local celebrity in Darkwater. The heir of a ship owner family, he used to travel a lot. He met Sarah Hawkins during a trip in Paris. They fell in love, got married. Hawkins took her to the remote island of Darkwater. They had a child named Simon, lived a secretive life. Painter, Sarah Hawkins. Known for her tortured artistic universe. She was worshipped for the strangeness of her work and the rarity of her public appearances. I seem to remember she once said, "I paint what my dreams whisper to me." Her marriage to Charles Hawkins years ago surprised high society columnists. A wealthy Boston heiress known for her party-going chooses to follow her new husband and live as a recluse on the island of Darkwater. She disappeared from the front pages of newspapers. Nobody heard any more about her. Even her death in a fire remained a secret. Only her father, Stephen Webster, continued to seek the truth. Deceased? Oh, he's also deceased. I guess that's why it's black and white. What? He's killed too. Schoolboy, age 11. Only son of Sarah and Charles Hawkins. He died in the fire. He also died. 41, 33. Okay. Here are our clues that we picked up earlier. And we have knowledge. Things that we picked up. The painting is of some cultist or something. Seems like it. But it also seems like it's the guy from her detective's dream.
Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there. Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then.
A gigantic creature still ornates the walls of long-abandoned caves. Was it a sea or a dream god? No one knows. But today's inhabitants, the sons and daughters of the proud whale hunters, still remember the mysterious and tumultuous story of their small land off the coast of Massachusetts.
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to Darkwater. Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Yeah, Sedoxa, I say non-gift subs because what will happen, and I even caught Shreya trying to do it, what will happen is one or two people in chat will take on the whole goal on themselves, and I feel kind of bad, you know. I mean, I appreciate it and I love it, and I love you guys who do that, but I also feel like, you know, I don't want one or two people to take on the full burden of the entire goal. I'd like it to be a group effort, you know. The learning of medicine. Dense work aimed at interns and young practitioners. This first volume lists all illnesses known in the civilized world. It details the symptoms and suitable treatment. Pretty well, Gravy. How are you? Alright, so new stuff became active that we could pick up. Oh, well, I guess we won't drink. Okay, is that it? Okay, let's go. Wait, we didn't look at this.
The Lost Battalion. Holding your position and obeying orders. That isn't courage.
Poor guy. Pierce took the Hawkins case. The cursed artist is accused of having caused the fire that killed her and her family. As the only clue, she left her father a disturbing painting. On the shipping label, an address. A warehouse set on the docks of the island of Darkwater. The place seems to be a starting point for Pierce's investigation. There's a pretty good amount of ways to learn the story. It's making it so that you can follow it pretty well. Hi, okay. Sorry you've been away. You haven't started RDR2 yet. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, don't spoil yourself. I totally understand. When do you get to start it? I will be streaming a lot of Red Dead Redemption 2, but once in a while I'm also going to be doing this. On Halloween Day, I think we'll probably check out a bunch of scary games. Maybe like, you know, the first chapter of a few of them. And then we'll decide which one we want to continue. But I got a few games I want to check out. Hi, okay. Or I guess we should call you Kiki. Enter the madness. Focus Home Interactive presents. You know what, now that you mention it, Goonie, Focus Home Interactive published Vampire and this game. But I don't think publisher usually has too much to do with the developer. Game by Cyanide Studio. Unless there's some kind of cooperation. Or it could have just been an influence. Who knows? Yeah.
We're almost there.
Almost there. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, they're both French. I remembered that. I went to the presentations at E3. So I was able to meet some of them.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
New objective. Talk to Fitzroy. Our objectives are go to the bar, talk to Bradley, talk to Fitzroy. On the approaches to Darkwater. Do you guys want me to read these things? I saw thick clouds masking the sky. We could just play the game if you think that's better. Let me fix my camera. On the approaches to Darkwater, I saw thick clouds masking the sky. They were so low, they seemed intent on impaling themselves on the sharp reefs that circle the island. Fitzroy, the captain of the only tub that manages to float to the mainland, offered to help me. He may have documented that belonged to Charles Hawkins. Fitzroy advised me to visit the port's bar. Fishermen have gathered around the carcass of a killer whale. I could have a look and see what the local cops have got to tell me. Yes, read. Okay, I'll read most of it. Like, some of the things where it said, oh, and then he said he'll be over there. Like, things that just sound like they're repeating what he said. I won't necessarily read that. Okay, cool.
Police do their work. Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster?
You've seen how old this thing is. If we force it too much, we'll break everything.
You can't do that.
But it's only a fish.
A fish? You've got no idea. Don't badmouth what you don't know, or you'll pay for it for sure.
Okay, that's enough. Step back and let us do our job. The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
Ah. And so who are you?
I didn't introduce myself. Edward Pierce, private detective.
In any case, it's not very important. I can't answer that.
You can't? Or you don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
Yeah, but we have
can't
like,
understand. You're not sailors.
several other things I wanted to ask you.
There's something coming. Something real bad.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Killer whales have few predators. And there are no sharks in these waters. What creature could possibly have done this?
You can't understand. You're not
The
sailors.
Dagon.
It's a sign. There's
So I wonder if
something
because I
coming.
did I
Something real
upgrade my
bad.
medicine?
Don't put.
I was able to get that. No, I didn't.
That beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
I guess you just needed a 1 for that one. Is this a scary game? It's spooky game. I not sure of the extent. But it's Lovecraftian horror.
Come on, you bastard.
So I guess it's supposed to be.
There's nothing for you here either. Beat it.
I guess technically it's more like psychological thriller, right?
Just now.
I said you were a bilge rat. Even
A poxed limpet. Spooky, spooky.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
Can you talk to anyone? No. Hi, Paddock.
Hey, be careful.
Cool. I like her design.
Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
It wasn't me who went looking for it. I'm sorry. Hold to test eloquence. Hold to test strength.
That guy was looking for trouble. So choose your camp if you don't want the same treatment.
Hey, buddy, I don't want any trouble.
So serve me a drink.
Just to make things clear, only regulars can run up and tab. Others pay.
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
You want a drink?
I wouldn't say no to a glass.
Try this.
I think we'll get along well.
This will affect your destiny.
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dock water. When our whalers left for long months and came back, sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
What can you tell me about it?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah, well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable.
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
That's it. That's all I could ask. Oh.
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
I think that was it, right?
That'll be all for now.
Talk to Fitzroy.
Charles
Yeah, maybe
Hawkins was a
sometime
heavy
forward.
drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
Heavy drinker and a debtor.
And then he said, "You have no right."
Is there combat in this?
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
The Scylla returns to port to save Darkwater from famine. We'd given up hope. The crew of the Scylla, what remains of it, returned to Darkwater port late Tuesday afternoon. The locals immediately rushed the docks to welcome the last whaling ship on the island. People were amazed at the sight of the unbelievable catch the brave vessel had on board. Of a size that went beyond that of a formidable toothed whales. The cetacean that is already being called the miraculous catch covered the whole deck, and parts of it were hanging over the side of the ship. The surviving sailors told a frightening account of their perilous catch, but also of its meat, unmatched in its quality and plentiful, nutritious benefits. There's no doubt that the immense size of this whale will allow numerous inhabitants of Darkwater to feed themselves, bringing an end to the famine from which part of the island was suffering. Warehouse for rent. Special evening at the Stranded Whale. Each person will leave with a bottle of oil. This kind of reminds me of the whales in Dishonored.
My God.
Member of the asylum staff.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper
That
clipping.
guy's voice.
You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
Welcome home, Jason.
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
Goody says hi, Jason. We're playing Call of Cthulhu. We had to play it a bit early.
What you looking at, stranger?
I've rarely seen a woman who can hold her liquor so confidently.
What gives you the right to judge me?
Ah, it was a compliment.
So what? Let me drink, stranger.
Let you drink.
I told you to beat it.
I can only ask one question to a lot of these people, or maybe if I had started with a different question, we would have got better results. We haven't talked to you. We can't. Do you have anything
You
new to
again.
say?
What can I get you?
Another drink?
That'll be all for now.
Straight out of Arkham Horror? Really? I like her design. I get, you know what? She reminds me of Dishonored. Outfit. A little bit.
I told you to beat it.
She does, yeah. Okay, this was the front door. What about the other door?
Not that again.
The oil lamps also glow with that funny yellow-green color. Can you hear his footsteps? Yeah, I like the art style too. Check it out. There's a lighthouse.
Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover.
Hi, Fox.
A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years. The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
Upstairs. Can we go up ladders? Volume 2. Oh, is that how we got a medicine point? No, it didn't give us a medicine point. Or maybe it's filling up that bar a little bit. Doesn't seem like it though. This point system for, or you know, the skill system is kind of reminding me of the Council. Looks awesome. You're playing too much Fallout 4? Because you thought of Far Harbor. I heard that's a really good DLC. I've only been able to check out a bit of the
I wonder what Captain
Nuka-Cola.
Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
Captain, the terms of our agreement are clear. Keep your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make your payment to the carrier. Cat.
Broken. This place seems half abandoned.
Should we finish exploring or talk to him first? We would need to go upstairs. I guess we're going upstairs. Let's find out everything we need to know. Then you can't lie to us.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
Looks like Captain Fitzroy is posing on the bridge of a ship. He's got a wooden leg. He's a twin brother.
What a macabre souvenir.
Dun, 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 dun. All right, Fitz. What do you gotta say?
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck. I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
Only a few dates still legible. 1890, 1907, and a partial. The rest of the document is blacked out. Who would want this information to be hidden? He said he'll be out on the deck.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I'm surprised Charles Hawkins had goods to store, knowing that whaling stopped in 1847.
I see that you're interested in the history of our island. Indeed, maritime activities ceased altogether at the end of the last century. I imagine that the Hawkins family had other types of contracts.
But you don't know with whom?
No, it was none of my business.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse.
I wonder why we would want to lie.
The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
We're superstitious.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least. I examined its wounds. I know of no creature able to cause them.
And I took you for a detective.
Believe me when I say that these wounds are significant.
Come. You've only just arrived on Darkwater, and already you think like a sailor.
The city in Red Dead Redemption is Blackwater.
I was looking at your photograph. One of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
Oh, was that the thing that was on the display? It was the leg?
I found a
couldn't
threatening
tell what it
letter
was.
signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, I couldn't tell what it was. He said it was, what did he say it was? A macabre memento or something?
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Something new. We got a CP. 2 more needed for next level. 1 more needed for next level. Oh, I have one available? Cool. Detective Edward Pierce. Cool. So, depending on what you decide to level up. Yeah, I guess I went detective. Because I guess for a first playthrough, I'm interested in finding out as much as possible. That's how about the lore story. I want to be able to decipher the clues. Get inside the warehouse. Can we get inside this way?
Cops, they can't understand.
Yep.
Damn stupid idiots. Forget it. Nobody listens to us.
These wounds. I know of no animal that could have inflicted them.
That's no way to treat an omen. Oh yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble.
Well, there's a lot to explore. You just need to see how far off the edge your sanity can go. Hey, swine! Yeah, let's find out as much as we can today. Investigation. I need to level up my investigation to open the door. Hey, a statue.
St. Brendan, patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. Looks like Phoenician. Or a very primitive runic script. I've never seen anything like it.
That's what someone said earlier, Ninja. The navigator. Yeah, it looks like they're doing a pretty good job with the inspiration. You know how a lot of games will say, oh yeah, inspired by Lovecraft. And all that means is they have a Cthulhu somewhere in the game. Yeah, I think this is getting the setting done quite nice. Hi, Fire.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island
They're
and
drunk.
ridicule our protectors.
I respect your beliefs.
Our beliefs? You mean you don't believe in God?
That's irrelevant.
That's what you think.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to dark water?
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken
They're
sailors.
not at all protecting
only
the
they would
moonshine
kill
against
each
the
other.
drunks outside.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live.
Oh,
Our
tentacle
boat.
puppets.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
That's why they look like they're drunk. Have you heard of that game, The Octopus Dad?
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway.
Isn't
There's
it
not
early for
much
alcohol?
work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
He's already had 2 drinks himself. Isn't it early?
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it's a kind of funny game. You have to try to blend in as much as possible and not act weird.
Problems with you know who. I bet that you.
And you have difficult control over the octopus waving around and stuff.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
Not act as weird as everyone around you, right? Well, we heard you.
Who's this guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut.
Why, we don't have a clear conscience.
Quiet.
Be quiet, he's standing 1 inch away from us.
What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the 2 soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
That would be funny if 2 people control the Octodad. Maybe there's co-op.
So, who are you?
Are you stupid or are you doing it on purpose?
Everybody knows us on Darkwater.
I've just arrived.
Let's just say we're standing guard for the owner of the site. And we let no one enter her property.
Cat. She's your boss.
What? You listen through keyholes?
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile at the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope he had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
Uh-oh.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
Like, what do they call that? The grin. Like the Joker?
I went to see the statue of St. Brendan.
What makes you think we did it?
We're bootleggers, not savages.
Who do you think defaced the statue?
What do I know? They could have done it by themselves.
The sailors.
Who else, in your opinion? And who's interested?
She sounds frightening, your boss.
And she doesn't like to be talked about.
She sounds frightening, your boss.
And she doesn't like to be talked about behind her back.
What are you guarding, exactly?
Listen, bonehead, we already told you that we're guarding our boss's turf.
I've got to get inside. It's your boss who sent me.
Oh, yeah? And why didn't she say anything to us?
She sent me to see who's filching her stock.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Uh-oh.
You got no proof to back up your claims, and I'd advise you against snitching.
If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
I bid you gentlemen farewell.
Find another way.
If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
Something new is probably gonna appear. New people to talk to. Did we talk to you already?
Where do you think you're going?
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
And why would I tell you?
What's the difference between a police officer and a private detective?
The badge?
Exactly. Apart from that piece of metal, there's nothing that sets us apart.
You think so?
We're looking for the same thing, you and I.
Okay. Spare me the next verse. I'll tell you what I know. There are sailors who think that there's a beast prowling around the docks. Then again, these guys panic at the thought of bringing a rabbit onto a boat, so...
I see.
And there are others who would like to use the warehouses for their goods.
That's fine.
Where do you think you're going?
That's it. I think there was one more. Oh, there we go.
I thought that the Hawkins case had been closed.
That's true.
So what are you doing on guard duty in front of this warehouse?
Who's asking the questions here, the cop or the tourist?
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone.
Oh yeah, Conan has like an elder god. That game, that survival game?
You again. I told you to beat it.
No need to get worked up.
You again. I told you to beat it.
No need to get worked.
Told us to beat it. Okay.
Don't
Anyone
put
else
that beast
to
back in the
annoy
water, you shysters!
till
You're
we
crazy!
get the information we need?
They can't understand.
You didn't tell me that the warehouse I was looking for was right in front of us.
Because its owner is dead. And I don't want to see you hanging around it. Now please, leave us to our work.
You can't understand. You're not sailors.
You didn't tell me that the warehouse...
Because it's... And I don't... Now please...
You can't... Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters! You're crazy!
They're cops.
Okay.
They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots.
Right, we can go this way.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her.
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I shall take my leave.
Yeah. Real books that you can hold in your hand are way better than reading digital. Find hidden items. This lever activates a mechanism.
A handle. It must come from these old winches.
Book sniffer. This part enables heavy loads to be lifted.
This ratchet device seems to be usable. A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil.
A ladder. Question mark, question mark, question mark. I probably don't have enough hidden object points.
I could use this old win-
Mount the... what? Handle? You don't mount the ratchet, do you? Oh, you do. We're missing a part. Jump. Okay, now to look toward the middle of the room.
It looks like there's a way in under this grate.
A way in? I don't think we want to go in that. Doesn't look that non-toxic. Alright, do we pick this up? There must be some more junk in here we need. It's giving me like a question mark blinking when I'm in certain areas. Like what? Hint? Look at your clues? Is it saying look at my clues? Look at my blues clues. Do you want to be the Joker? Good point. Maybe Harley Quinn. Or Joker. Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn would be fun. If you mean literal book sniffing, no. I have a couple copies of books and they stink. What's up, Cactus? You should sniff the new one. Omi's dirty book sniffer. He likes that weird stuff. That you agree with. The new ones. Sniff the new ones. Oh no. Yeah. Yeah, I like the smell of new books also, but only if they're like nice press, not cheap paperback ones. To me smell terrible. Like a newspaper. You know, that cheap ink. But like nice hardbound, leather bound hardcover books. Pretty good. Okay, so you think we'll find more parts elsewhere? Jason should be Harley, I should be Joker. Good idea. We don't have to be a sexy Harley. We could just be like a regular one. Book sniffing connoisseur. Oh no, no, I'm not weird like Omi. No, I'm not weird like Omi. Omi is a very strange. He likes to smell gas. And I don't mean the liquid kind. Hi Crutchy, how you been?
Damn stupid
What you up to?
idiots. Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway. That's no way to
Maybe
treat
now
an
we
old
can
man.
talk to this
Oh yeah.
Fisher dude. What's up? Oh my god. It really scares me to be around people who are fishing because I feel like I'm gonna get a hook. He does, yeah. How am I liking it so far? It's neat. It's neat. It's really interesting story if you like walking simulator kind of story, look for the clues and talk to everybody and enjoy a good interactive story. It's good so far. Perfect for it. You like Lovecraft? You're just getting over a cold. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm glad it's ending. You got hooked. Oh. Sorry to hear that, Alvin. That's terrible. Yeah. Scares me. Where are we gonna find another part? You guys have an idea? Okay, I guess we do need to talk to everybody again, actually. How have we been back here? This looks like a perfect place to find more parts. Okay, let's talk to these guys again.
Well, well, look who's back.
Did you miss us?
I have an offer that could interest you.
Here we go.
We're listening.
I need you to keep them busy for a while.
You send us to take the punishment while you go quietly about your business.
We'll give you a bottle.
What's in it for us?
What would convince you to help me?
There's only one thing that'll get us to move.
For sure. Bring us something to drink and we'll take care of the bootleggers.
No problem.
I'll be back.
Take your time. We're going nowhere.
Do we have money?
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
Are they all the same? Maybe.
Nightmares.
Tattoos.
Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader. Ah, that's it. Maybe we should let him take it. No. No, the risks are too high. It's a book, after all. Pure knowledge.
She won't stop asking.
Freezer pizza. That's convenient.
She will get us into trouble. I know.
You again. What can I get you?
Okay, I know Okay, maybe there's something new.
What do you know about the Hawkins warehouse?
If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night.
It's haunted.
Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
I read the article on the
there's new
miraculous
stuff.
catch. Interesting local folklore.
Don't get it into your head to repeat that round here.
Good night, Goonie. Have fun.
It's more than folklore. On that day, the crew of the Scylla caught an exceptional catch. The biggest whale ever caught. They saved Darkwater from famine.
Charles Hawkins owed you a lot of money. Do you know if he had problems?
I don't know the details, and it's not my business. Money or not, he was always welcome in my bar. The Hawkins family was always much appreciated on the island.
You seem to know Charles Hawkins well. How about his wife, Sarah
Good night, Busty.
Hawkins?
Thanks,
Well,
man.
she was a local somebody. We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
What? Did we miss something?
You seem to know Charles Hawkins well.
Well, we all knew she then.
Her style made her famous.
Yeah, we saw them.
So they made
You need
her vision.
way I.
What do you mean?
Do you still?
What?
I've got what I
Yeah, I
need.
don't know why it's
Anything else?
acting like there's more information. Maybe we haven't unlocked the new thing. Buy a bottle.
Let's say I want to buy a bottle from you.
Choice is yours. Everything's on sale.
How much for a bottle of whiskey?
$5.
I guess I'm not desperate.
I'm not judging you.
$5.
That'll be all for now.
It will change your religion. Yeah, I'd seen it, but we never went. We only went to a place called Pizza Orgasmica.
So, have you got what we asked you for?
Look what I've got.
You're a good guy, you.
Actually, Jason and I
Follow
took
me.
Lobos and Fieldy there.
Cheers, you jackass.
I don't feel well.
Hey, where are you going?
I hope for your sake that I didn't hear.
Oh my
No, it's not what you think. It's just that you sell your stuff at too high a price.
You got it coming. You don't like our prices, it's gonna cost you a lot more than a bottle.
He's stewed to the gills. You'll get nothing out of him.
California is terrible. Parking, traffic, everything's so bad. Into the belly of the beast. This is such a... I'm really happy with this. It's such a cool, like, spooky scene, spooky atmosphere for Halloween season.
Let's see.
Oh. Do you think I can go open the other door?
Perfect.
Hold on. Hold on, hold on. Maybe I just needed to hold X. I assumed I couldn't get... Boo! Oh no, I missed a door! Hopefully, oh man, hopefully I can get it on the way out. I missed a door.
Ugh, this place stinks.
You guys are right, it does stink.
What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
Reconstruction.
Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this? It smells as bad as it looks.
Look at that.
Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings? What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here?
What are they doing here?
Le Petit Parisien. Who might keep a news clipping about Sarah Hawkins?
Reconstruction mode.
What happened here?
Broke the mirror. Didn't like what he looked like. Or she.
Can't sleep. I know how that feels.
Marcus! Oh my god, Marcus, 32 months. Raise your glasses! Raise your guns! Marcus with that 32 months. Cheers, Marcus. Thank you so much. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, raise them up. Cheers, Marcus. Not good, oh no. Ooh. You're good. Yeah, I'm doing well. Thanks. Having a lot of fun with these spooky games. And Red Dead Redemption 2. Definitely. Okay, hopefully this means we can leave and go to that other place that we missed.
Someone has settled in here.
Uh-oh.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! Detective Pierce. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
You seem like a competent officer. We should help each other.
You're trying to manipulate me, Mr. Pierce. I hate to be taken for a fool.
All right, Inspector Lestrade. Let me take a more direct approach. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it.
It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way. Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose.
Oh no, we can't go get the door.
God damn it. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why, you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
Who the hell are you? What were you doing on my turf? I've got my eye on you. We'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building?
Yeah, that's camp.
That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
Wait, let me investigate the door. No! Chapter 3, Garden of the Hawkins Mansion. Pierce managed to get into the warehouse. The place, thought to be abandoned, revealed some surprises. Signs of recent occupation as well as a partly charred painting. Interrupted in his searching by Officer Bradley, Pierce convinced him to join his investigation. The police officer is willing to drive the detective to the Hawkins mansion. The hand signing touch. Yeah, I'll bet. It's nice to give away bags of food. Call of Cthulhu ended up being wrong number, vicious. Oh yeah, you like it, Marcus? Red Dead Redemption? Yeah, it's been pretty good. The mansion.
Well, here we are. Hawkins Mansion.
Have you heard of the Moons of Madness game?
The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
I don't think so, Sulikill. I think it was just, dramatic hand movements, I guess. I don't know.
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
Closed captioning. For her dialogue? Oh yeah, is it getting better now? I remember a few years ago it wasn't very good. It was funny because it was not very good. No, not Mountains of Madness. It's called Moons of Madness, I believe. It's a Lovecraftian story that's being developed based on like a colony on Mars. So it's called Moons, I think. Having to do with the moons of Mars or something.
I don't believe the fire is the only reason this house is in such a state.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
Huh. It's really that old.
Come on, let's leave the stories of the dead alone. They've nothing to do with your case anyhow. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family. So he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though, he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Why not? You can help.
You could refuse.
Right. Let's go.
I don't want to be in there by myself. He doesn't have a gun.
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. The old caretaker must be very attached to her.
Yeah, you're trying to be Omi's biggest chattiest chatbish.
Charles Hawkins'
record.
grave. Who could have done this?
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial. What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary? And steal a burnt painting? I don't
Poor
see
kid.
Silas doing such a thing. Let alone allowing it. Even that broad baker is above that. Lord, have pity on this poor family.
Poor kid.
Guess he's just gonna wait here. Well, see ya. Oh, Just the manor. Okay. It saved my game.
Bradley was right. This place is much older than I imagined.
1693.
But the architecture seems too recent.
He just wants to be left. Yeah, that's right. Please, you'll have to behave, and that will be no fun.
This entrance is still in use.
Oh.
Whoa! You are trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
Oh my god.
You haven't forgiven yourself. You stay here to honor the memory of the deceased.
That's true. I want no more violence. No more tragedy.
It's painful to be the last one left.
You don't know how right you are. Understood. I'm listening.
The police report describes a domestic accident, but Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
No, I can't let you in. The mansion isn't safe.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked, and I make sure it stays that way.
You still put flowers on her grave. You cherish her memory.
Mrs. Hawkins was an exceptional person. She cared for everyone around her.
Let me shed a light on what happened to her. Give me that key.
I'm probably making a big mistake, but it won't be the first. Here, take the key and do what you have to do. Go on, then. Just to get rid of you.
Let's see what more I can learn from this
First
match.
boss, get wrecked. Silas Winchester, caretaker of the Hawkins property. The old caretaker of the Hawkins family, Silas Winchester, still watches over the family graveyard in the burned-out mansion. Devoted to Charles Hawkins, whom he all but raised, he also has great respect for the memory of Sarah and her child, Simon. His long months of solitude in the abandoned property have made him very distrustful. Silas still puts flowers on the grave of Charles, Sarah, and Simon. Hi, Ashrael. I mean, I could have decided to go with violence and try to grab the axe. A lot of similarities between this and like Bloodborne atmosphere. for kitty emotes. Very spooky, huh? Hi, hello.
I know a thing or two about solitude myself. Rather Spartan. The caretaker has simple taste. The poor wretch seems to spend the best part of his time isolated from the world. Bourbon. Empty, of course.
We're not going to be able to get in the door. Oh, the town is right down there. Alan Wake vibe, yeah? No, I never played it. I didn't get it before it got taken off of Steam. Oh, we can't get in, we can just look. Did you guys notice a way in?
Pierce, shall we enter? Now that you've finished your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
You're right. Let's go.
Here we go. You guys ready?
Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you.
Hawkins Mansion. Pierce and Officer Bradley explored the gardens of the Hawkins Mansion. The family lies in the graveyard of the property, guarded by Silas Winchester. The old caretaker, still faithful to his employers, keeps watch on the place, armed with his axe. Pierce and Bradley manage to calm him down and finally get hold of the key to the Hawkins Mansion. They enter the building, looking for the scene of the fire. I was playing it earlier, Poison.
Follow me.
But I wanted to check this out.
I know the place.
This comes out tomorrow.
Who left this light on?
The developers are letting me play it early to check it out with all of you. And I've been interested in following and interested in it, so it's been pretty cool to be able to check it out. I went to the developers conference at E3. How did I like Red Dead Redemption? Pretty well. It's really good. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and Can't wait to see what happens
The Last
next.
Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me?
And I'll probably 100% it. How about you? Eh.
What kind of meat is this? This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins.
It looks like sea animal, octopus or something. Cthulhu meat.
The boy was probably here, smashed his plate on the floor. Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched? Something happened at this table. An argument?
This is a new game. It comes out tomorrow in the United States. Not sure about other countries though.
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door.
Look at the bush flies. Like what, did they die recently? I don't remember.
Sarah Hawkins and little Simon. The perfect picture of the middle-class family. They seem happy, but Charles is already looking off into the future. His marriage just to stop along the way.
That's his psychology. Psychological analysis on the faces and the paintings.
Was Charles Hawkins some kind of explorer?
It's common knowledge he wasted away his fortune on expensive trips. What was he looking for?
Too much rubble. I'll find an easier way. Let's see if I can find something the cops missed. The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker? If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn?
It's a magic painting.
They had a fight. Why did it stop at the time of the fire? Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How?
thought it would let me through. It's not. What am I missing? Oh my gosh, you can walk right through them. Wish I could have the lighter out. Oh my god. There's nothing else to see. Did you guys see anything? I guess I'm missing one thing because it's not letting... Oh, the door.
Did someone escape the fire?
Okay, now we're done.
Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee.
Now I'm reminded of Connor. Hopefully this guy won't start putting evidence into his mouth.
Huh. And the boy.
Is it too loud, guys?
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
Much of this evidence simply contradicts the investigation's findings.
Really? Tell me about it.
Someone's still alive.
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
Huh. What's your theory?
I think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
5 points available. The whole game or just the effects? Is that better?
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
This door is locked.
You need to find a lot of books to fill that up. Don't worry, I don't listen to Omi.
These bandages are covered in dried blood. The same bandages that I saw in the warehouse on the docks. And given the bloodstains, I'd also say that it's the same person.
I would also say... What do you mean you're on fire? What's wrong? I'm working on the car.
A crowbar. Could prove useful. This door is blocked from the outside.
Use my crowbar.
This door is blocked from the outside.
Very useful. There's plenty of pots in here.
The lyrics of the drunken sailor. A sea shanty.
What a drunken sailor. How's it go? Drunken sailor. Sailor. So early in the morning.
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818.
Yoink.
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818.
It's a magic lighter. Coin kid. Add it to inventory.
Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale.
Is this legal? Awesome. This is a real book. This is the Easton Press copy of Moby Dick. This was the first Easton Press book I ever bought.
Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess.
He takes the book that's worth $10 and doesn't take the priceless one. Cheers, Ashrael. No. I'm not saying the actual story. I'm saying that's the actual book. That's an actual Eastern Press book. It's not just the story. It's real. It's a real book. With the markings on it and everything. Gold gilding, leather bound. Mouth of Madness. The world. Cthulhu. California, Alaska. Cthulhu. Voyage. Yeah, like a first edition, yeah. So developers really do love books and literature. They might all be real. They might be. A lot of them are repeating.
This piano is in disrepair. Looks like the Hawkins kept it more for decoration than for music.
Yeah, I'm sure they have permission. It was just a huge surprise for me. Oh, you sang. What did you do with Drunken Sailor? What do we do with Drunken Sailor? What do we do with Drunken Sailor early in the morning? Way up she rises. Yeah, that's it.
This place was falling apart long before the fire.
I wish I could show it to you, but my books are still packed away. When I find it, I'll show it to you.
A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century.
The human body. Comparative analysis. So yeah, these must all be real. Precise and very detailed treatise on the particularities of the human body compared to the animal world. The simplicity of its writing and the vulgarization of its vocabulary make it accessible to the profane. Now they're just gonna black out my half an hour of my VOD.
What do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities?
Well, not much, to be honest. We all assumed the Hawkins lived on Charles's inheritance. If you're right, we should be able to find clues among the Hawkins' personal effects.
There's the book. Cheers, Ashrael.
Did you hear that?
What do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities?
Well, not much, to be honest. We all assumed the Hawkins lived on Charles's inheritance. If you're right, we should be able to find clues among the Hawkins' personal effects. Did you hear that?
He wants us to go snooping in their drawers.
What do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities?
Well, not much, to be honest. We all assumed the Hawkins lived on Charles's inheritance. If you're right, we should be able to find clues among the Hawkins' personal effects.
Alright, were we done downstairs? Was there another place to go? Oh. Upstairs. That's where we came from. We got a lot of fuel in that lighter. Yup. It's a magic lighter. The flame is being summoned from the mind of Cthulhu. Woo. Cool. Oh my god. Don't you love haunted old libraries and video games? I love it. Oh. Oh, we're turning the lamp on or off. Alrighty.
Darkwater history. This place was settled back in 1692 by two families that seceded from the New England colonies. A book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century.
Hi, Alucard. This is more of a psychological horror, and we only just started it, so we haven't seen anything too scary yet, but there are hints that we might come across something pretty spooky.
One of Sarah Hawkins' paintings. Her style sure is recognizable.
Turn it down a bit more. Your favorite video game library? Architect's Library and Thief. I'll have to look for that. Another genre you don't play but love watching.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Another story about the mysteries of the deep.
Oh yeah. The first line in that Moby Dick book. Call me Ishmael. That book, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, always reminds me of that scene from The Never-Ending Story when the boy talks to the bookstore owner. Have you ever been Captain Neo?
What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
Well, he's under the sea and he's being attacked by a giant squid. Dear sir, as you know, I've always held you and your family in high respect. Unfortunately, I can no longer continue to close my eyes on the behavior of your wife. Last week, she, again, terrified my clientele. I know she means no harm, but you should place her in the care of Dr. Fuller. He alone seems to be able to make her come to her senses. If these disturbances were to recur, believe me, that although it would feel like torture, I would be obliged to involve the police. Respectfully yours, Anton Wellard. You're not sure it's doing anything. It's because it needs to be changed a lot. Probably. Oh, maybe the global one's not working. Maybe we have to change it individually. That seems like it did something. Let me know how it is now. Now I need to turn it up. It's been going down for me. Hopefully it's done something for you now.
Locked.
I know, Artax, yeah. You didn't like We Happy Few? But you still like this stream? Cool. That game did get a bit long, even though all of the side missions seem pretty unique. I liked the different characters too. I think that's one of those that's more fun to play than it is to watch, probably. Was that the door we needed to... So much to investigate. Okay. You hate it. Sorry, coin kid.
Sarah Hawkins' agent was getting worried.
My very dear
Since
Sarah.
she wasn't giving any signs of life.
Ever since you left to bury yourself away on that lost island, your art has been attracting increasing numbers of collectors. I beg you to send me some new paintings. The last ones, so somber and strange, moving as no other paintings have been, are selling at a premium price. Your percentage of these most recent sales is attached. Don't forget your friend who was the first to recognize your genius and display it to the world. Affectionately, Maximilian. Alrighty then.
This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold.
Returned.
It seems the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders. I wonder why.
Free art? How dare she?
Despite what happened, they seem to have loved each other.
Despite what happened, fate brought us together, and forever it will bind us.
The door is blocked on the other side.
Oh, you don't really like Red Dead Redemption, Kodo?
What will her room reveal about her?
Lockpicking.
Perfect.
There were two ways to get in. Well, here we are back in the room again.
Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? What was she trying to achieve?
Ceremonial circle. If the creature is not yet anchored in our dimension, an expulsion ritual might work. As long as the person performing it makes sure that he integrates the elder sign among the glyphs that make up the ceremonial circle. Be careful though, because the works that describe the creation of such circles are not all of proven reliability. Extract taken from the Malleus Bestarium by Abigail G.
Barbiturates. Sarah Hawkins must have been extremely agitated resorting to such a treatment.
Barbiturates.
Bradley? Is that you? The boys' room. A child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world?
A book fort. Rip Van Winkle.
Tom Sawyer. Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed.
Oh no. Sleeping pills.
Sleeping pills? Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family?
Jeez.
What nightmarish vision could have inspired them?
Sleeping pills.
Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him.
Good morning, Ro. Wonderful Wizard of Oz. That's like the original art from the book, right? It was a book. Yeah, I think it was a book in the first place, not like a play or something. Clues, clues, clues. Is there a clue I need to find? Oh, there it is.
The argument that led to their tragic end seems to have been simmering for some time.
Simon's private journal. He seemed worried about his mother and her attacks. Tension also seemed to be growing between the Hawkins couple. Could the fire be the result of the argument? Simon's diary. Check. It tells you when you found all the clues. You dream about stupid things? Cool nightmare dreams? Alright.
Is anyone there?
Painting of himself? Hi, Trapula.
You! Stop!
Yep, looks like we upgraded to the lantern.
Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? I didn't see anyone. I just heard some noise. Are you all right?
A man was hiding on the upper level. He ran when he saw me. He can't be far.
Catch the thief.
I'll cover you.
He stole a painting?
This door was closed earlier.
What was closed earlier? What? The fire.
Where did he go?
Must have got out some way.
No, he was here. I'm sure. But they look like Celtic runes. Charles must have brought them back from one of his foreign trips.
Celtic runes.
It looks like an old Seaway map.
The Scylla, the Prodigal, the Orpheus, the St. Claudine. Oil refilled. The oil reservoir of your lamp has been refilled. Uh-oh. We gotta be searching for oil.
Clearly, Charles Hawkins knew Captain Fitzroy very well. I wonder who the man with the glasses is in the photograph. It looks like a freehand map of dark water. Certain areas have been highlighted. I wonder why. The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor.
How do you control dual wielding? You just shoot, and he'll just alternate which gun goes.
Seems like this came
Like
from
normal.
a log.
We caught it! It's the most grotesque whale I've ever laid eyes upon. It will go into memory as the biggest catch ever. Men have died, but we've gained glory. This day will be celebrated for years. Darkwater, we've beaten the Orpheus, returned with empty holds. The Scylla and Hamilton are only memories.
There must be a link with the Seaway map.
Yeah, if you just shoot once, it only shoots the door. I mean, shoots the door. Shoots the gun once, but if you tap it twice, it'll shoot both guns. One, two. 1, 2, 1, 2. Kind of thing.
This globe seems to have been part of some mechanism.
Ah. Coordinates.
As if the bookcase has been moved several times. The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor. Looks like the navigational paths described in the log.
How am I supposed to read that? Oh. 57, 51. That's too many numbers. Okay, which one looks the most important? 33, 53, 33, 53.
There must be a link with the Seaway map.
Thirty-three, 53. Ah! 33 north, 53 west. Please. In the water. 33. Okay, South Pacific. North.
Looks like it worked.
Ooh. Holy hell.
Well done, Pierce.
Oh boy. Smash. tunnels! Inside the Hawkins mansion, the scene of the fire revealed its secrets. Pierce and Officer Bradley, now on the trail of a survivor, had undertaken to search the place, looking for proof. When a hooded man leaped into Sarah Hawkins' workshop to steal a painting, detective and police officers set off after him. By following him to the office of Charles Hawkins, they discovered a secret passage. Pierce and Bradley entered the tunnel under the mansion, so that's how he got away. Cool. The only fighting game you're good at? I've been playing since the first one came out.
The secret passage, under the manor. It's like a detective novel. That guy must have already gotten far.
Yeah. And he had a direct means of entry to the crime scene. We must find him.
What is this place? It's more than just a tunnel. Look. Someone's been here recently.
3 seats.
Recently? As in 30 seconds ago?
Did Charles Hawkins use this place? Who were the others?
Cthulhu members.
What is this mask supposed to represent?
Which 3 games?
This piece of cloth is unmistakably from a dress. Sarah Hawkins. Was she hiding from someone? Whoever was sitting here could have seen Sarah Hawkins. Could this be related to her death?
Smash, Mega Man 2, Star Fox 64. What are mine?
This symbol. What does it mean?
Bloodborne, Red Dead Redemption, Undead Nightmare. Hi, Lackey. Your gold skull is new? Oh my god. Wow, Lackey. Lackey has gone gold, everybody. Cheers, Lackey. Thank you so much for 3 billion years of sub-hype. You love Bloodborne? Me too.
Of course.
There's tunnels all over this island. Given the size of this cave, there's gotta be other entrances.
The passage continues further down. Might as well start with that.
Might as well.
I ain't gonna squeeze in there. I'll find another way.
It's kind of nice.
If possible,
there's another
I prefer
person
not
with
to
us.
ruin my uniform.
Fine, fine. Go look for another entrance. I'll try my luck down below.
It's nice not being down here by yourself. Go to the main cave. Your phone isn't compatible with a companion app? Oh yeah. I haven't looked at that yet. Probably mine isn't either then. He has the Bish phone 5000.
Some kind of dream catcher. If I touch it, it'll turn to dust.
Dream catchers. Will it though? It did not.
These paintings must be several centuries old.
Disappeared tribe. A tribe of men worshippers of the sea and its benefits landed on the shores of an island surrounded by dark waters. They were discovered by the creature, some call the Devourer of Whales. For years, the creature hunted them down into their dreams, until their weakened minds surrendered. Following the creature's orders, they sunk into the dark waters surrounding the island and never came back.
These people lying down. Are they dead? Are they asleep? These buildings seem to have come out of the water.
Too rusty. You got a Google Pixel too? Do you like it? We were wondering about it. Oh, I forgot to fill up the oil before we keep down here.
Time has weakened these structures.
My oil is halfway gone. Extra large big screen. Pixel 3 is out now.
I don't have time to search them all.
Don't have time to click on things that are flashing. Okay. Whatever you say.
It looks like animal oil, but certainly not whale.
It's magic whale oil, like in Dishonored. It's Cthulhu whale oil. It's Dagon whale oil. Oh, Dagon oil. How far am I? Oh, jeez. I started at 4, so I guess we're about 3 hours in.
I don't have time to search them all.
Oh my god, Kodo.
What's going on here?
Pierce!
Keep your voice down. We're not alone.
Good God. What have you got me into?
We'll see. I'll go on. Try to go down on your side.
Yeah, there's a passage. I'll meet you at the bottom.
What do you mean giving Arthur a look? I'm not like you. I don't try to look at my characters naked. Is this where I came from? Hi, Glam. Well.
A table for sacrifice?
I like his Cthulhu mask. What? We're in Pit of Horror.
I gotta...
I didn't even think we were supposed to go that way.
Oh, I can't breathe.
Can't breathe. Too gross. Panic attack. Flee the place as fast as you can. Because he's having a panic attack. Oh,
No, damn it!
Oh my god.
Must find a way out of here.
Quick, get your lantern out so you can see everything better. Yucky. The only horror game with a budget?
It is time. You will soon be one of us, if your body and mind are ready.
I dream of it every night. I have constant visions. I am ready.
Good enough. Prove it to us.
Good night, Obi.
It's like in my dream.
It's like in our dream.
It seems to have been used recently. Probably some sort of ritual.
I found this dagger in the tunnels under Hawkins Manor. Its owner left it behind when he went with the other hooded men.
I can't read Latin.
Damn it. Can we read it if we... oh, we have to level up by finding stuff. 5 available? What? Damn it. 4. 6 needed. 6 needed. 4 needed. 6. 6. Your coworker is an archaeologist. Categorize it as a ritual object. The archaeology catch-all. "2,000 years from now, when no one knows what eyelash curlers are, ritual object." What else is real weird? Pretty well. Gerard, how are you? Say trinkets, talismans. Trinkets, talismans. You got a problem? I'm gonna sick my potato horse on you. Eyelash curlers, that's a good one. Oh. Oh no, they're gonna call the Cthulhu. I don't want to be in here when he shows up.
You who sleeps, accept this dream under your immortal wing.
So basically, we're just supposed to run right in there screaming.
Ya Cthulhu Nithsiha Fetag.
Grant him your flesh and accept his, so that his body
Stealth
and yours
attack.
may be one.
Right? Stealth attack, right?
Padk Cthulhu Bithinkor.
They won't even, they'll never see me, it's fine.
Grant him your mind and accept his, so that his mind and yours may be one.
Yeloig Padk Cthulhu Loigna.
Grant him your dreams and accept his.
I feel him.
Shh. You are gifted indeed. Not another word. Let him pass through every part of you. Oh, bring me more sacred flesh. Your return into the kingdom of the earth.
Dead? This ritual killed him. Where's the sense in that? Dead? This ritual, again, this primitive writing.
We are ready for the ceremony.
It's pretty
What
good,
about
Scuds.
your protege?
His awakening is complete. He will join you shortly.
It's more of a psychological thriller than like a super scary, but the atmosphere is nice and creepy. You're getting your treadmill today. Good job. Oh my god.
Bradley, what are you doing here? I saw two odd-looking guys coming down. Seemed up to no good. What in the world is this? An intruder! Oh, shit.
Oh. Oh my god, look at his hand.
Don't move! Police!
Woo? I'm controlling.
Don't move!
Oh no.
I won't hesitate. Bradley, get back.
He's got the freaking.
You asked for it.
Oh my god. Is it Charles? Oh my god.
You shouldn't have seen this.
What's that weapon in Bloodborne with the squid arms? Uh-oh.
It's all caving in. I need to get out of here.
Hope our characters done plenty of cardio. Cool.
My leg!
I forget the name of that rune. Typos everywhere. That blood-borne rune that makes you have the auger. Not the auger, the... makes you look like the Ebriatus. Saw off your leg? Who knows? Maybe that's still a possibility. I mean, look at him. Milkweed! Yeah.
Light! At last.
My chair's laying there. Crawl of Cthulhu. Maybe this will help. Riverside Institute, Chapter 5. Pierce and Officer Bradley followed the intruder to the secret meeting place of a cult set in a network of underground caves, right under the Hawkins Manor. They witnessed a strange ceremony led by a Charles Hawkins, very much alive. Bradley tried to arrest him, but Hawkins, whose body displayed various mutations, disemboweled the police officer. As he tried to escape from him, Pierce found himself prisoner of a rockfall. Rushed to the Riverside Institute. He's in a critical state. You become a magic cauliflower. That's right. Okay, cool. Looks like we're about halfway. About, probably. Enter the madness. Oh. Oh, great. What the hell?
He's having a seizure.
You will survive. Strong subject.
I can't get up.
Don't move, Pierce. You can certainly say that you gave us a scare.
What did you do to me? Undo these straps!
Whoa, go easy, my friend.
You were dead. He killed you.
Hi, War
Are
Hunter.
you sure he's better?
He died in front of us.
He was dead. Me too. we were dead.
We're going crazy.
What are you doing?
I'm sorry, my friend.
What? No.
Oh my god. Uh-oh. Oh no.
What happened to me? Where am I?
My poor character. I'm sorry, guys. This is where we're gonna have to call it for the night. He's gotta sleep here all night. But what we'll do is we'll finish this tomorrow. Sorry, I gotta go now. It's pretty late. It's time to go make dinner. This has been pretty cool. Pretty interesting. Story game based on some H.P. Lovecraft literature. The game is Call of Cthulhu, the official video game, role-playing survival horror game developed by Cyanide, published by Focus Home Interactive for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. The game features a semi-open world, investigation and stealth environment, incorporates themes of Lovecraftian and psychological horror, inspired by H.P. Lovecraft's short story, The Call of Cthulhu. It's also an adaptation of the 1981 RPG of the same title. Right now you can save 10% if you order it. I'm not sure how long that sale is going, but there's a Steam link if you're interested. It's also available on PS4 and Xbox One. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, Kodo. It was a lot of fun. If you enjoy the stream, you can give me a follow. You should get an alert when I go live. You gotta turn on your notifications though. You can also follow on Twitter and Discord, where I post alerts and I let you guys know what's going on. We're in the middle of doing building up the sub goal to prepare for a giveaway. We're at 139 out of 145 sub points until the blue microphones giveaway. We have 3 to give away. You'll be able to win your choice of a Yeti mic, Nano mic, Compass boom arm, or a Yeti shock mount, or a Lola headset. The headset's really amazing. That'll be a very lucky thing to win. Or a microphone if you need it. If you got Amazon Prime, you can use your free sub to sub to the channel and help with the sub points goal. Or you can increase your own sub tier if you want to. You can also sub to the channel if you'd like to help reach that goal. Cheers, Cemetery. Good night, Ro. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. This has been a lot of fun. So tomorrow I'll definitely be streaming again. Halloween on Wednesday. I'll have a surprise costume ready to go. And I'll probably, I don't know, we'll see what we can do for tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow we'll get dressed up as well. Good night, guys. It was a lot of fun. You're welcome. And we'll continue it tomorrow. And we will also continue Red Dead Redemption, where we dress up like a cowgirl. Ride around on our horse, Potato, making trinkets and robbing the rich to feed the poor. We're all about it. I guess we will raid Boogie 2988. Boogie is pretty well known for his YouTube channel. He is streaming Red Dead Redemption right now. I guess. He has raided before. So I guess we'll try to send him a host. If you'd like to raid him with me, I would really appreciate it. Maybe he'll notice the raid. That would be sweet. And notice that we're there, that we're here. Yeah. I look forward to a great rest of our October. It's gonna be a lot of fun. See you all tomorrow. Eat your vegetables. Drink your water. Get plenty of sleep. Take good care of yourself. Alright, guys. Bye.
I hear her voice in the morning hour. She calls me.